ES Audio.
Hi, I'm Rochelle Travers, and this is the Evening Standard's Tech and Science Daily. Coming up, Google goes passwordless by default. Now, let's get into it.
We need to roll under the radar to get this done.
Let's make sure they don't see the sunrise.
Call of Duty there, from makers Activision Blizzard, which looks set to be officially acquired by Microsoft. It's after UK regulators have given clearance to gaming's biggest ever takeover deal, worth a whopping $69 billion. And as expected with the price tag, there's an impressive back catalogue included.
Games for consoles like Call of Duty, which are some of the most popular games in the history of video games. Also, PC games like World of Warcraft, which are massive franchises that have been turned into movies. And even games for phones, so like popular games for phones like Candy Crush.
That's Saqib Shah, tech reporter for the Evening Standard. The Competition and Markets Authority has confirmed that the most recent revised deal addressed its concerns, bringing an end to a near 2-year fight by Microsoft to secure the takeover.
For Microsoft, one of the main reasons it's doing this is because it's essentially losing the battle for console gaming to the likes of Sony with PlayStation and Nintendo. And what it's done, its kind of response to that has been to offer a Netflix-style gaming subscription service, which is more device agnostic. And so now it can essentially add these Activision games.
Saqib says the merger is hugely significant for the gaming industry and its future.
It's a massive deal for Microsoft and a massive advantage. And also kind of a sign of things to come, because last year was a huge year for gaming acquisitions. That plenty of companies were acquired by other gaming companies. So we're probably going to see a lot more of this going ahead.
Microsoft and Activision Blizzard's deadline for the deal is Wednesday, the 18th of October. Next. One of Europe's largest package holiday operators has been caught up in a global fake parts scandal. TUI is the latest airline to be impacted due to a London-based company that allegedly supplied jet engine parts using forged paperwork. Almost 100 aircraft have been grounded as regulators and airlines try to assess the scale of the issue, involving potentially thousands of airline parts. A spokesperson for TUI said, "We can confirm that one installed component was identified and quickly removed, and the company in question has been removed from our approved supplier list." Google has announced it's now passwordless by default. The move is part of a broader consensus among the tech industry to ditch passwords and switch to a safer and more efficient format to verify a person's identity. Passkeys combine a code with biometric information like fingerprint or facial recognition, making them easier to remember and harder to be stolen. Now, a study has found that more than 40% of Antarctica's ice shelves have shrunk since 1997, with over half showing no sign of recovery. Scientists at the University of Leeds have calculated that 67 trillion tonnes of ice was lost in the west, while 59 trillion tonnes was added to the east between 1997 and 2021, resulting in a net loss of 7.5 trillion tonnes. Experts say climate change is most likely the cause, as warm water on the western side of the continent has been melting ice, whereas in the east, ice shelves have either stayed the same or grown as the water is colder there. The Royal Mint has unveiled new coins that celebrate the King's passion for nature and wildlife.
The King was very much engaged with what we've actually designed, and his wish was that we really reflect the natural habitat and conservation, and that's really what you're going to see on these coins.
That's Nicola Howell, Chief Commercial Officer at the Royal Mint. The 8 new designs, which will soon appear on official UK coins, mark the final chapter of His Majesty King Charles III's transition to monarch. Chris Barker, Research and Information Manager at the Royal Mint Museum, says the coins are a real break with tradition.
So what you see with the designs, we're going to a flora and fauna theme, so we're focusing on the wildlife of Great Britain, the nature of Great Britain, and this is a real seminal moment for the coinage, because in the past we have generally had heraldic designs, which people are very familiar with. This is a real watershed moment for us, because it's a huge change for our coinage.
The designs, which will feature on coins ranging from 1p to £2, will start to appear in people's change across the UK by the end of the year. Let's go to the ads. Coming up, scientists want to use giant lasers to create roads on the moon, and is this the end of Bigfoot? Why not hit rate and follow in the meantime? Welcome back. The UK is getting a new research campus to help solve global problems faced by humanity. The Ellison Institute of Technology was established 8 years ago in LA by billionaire Larry Ellison and Dr. David Agus, and is now setting up a campus in Oxford. It initially focused on cancer and global public health and has now broadened its mission to cover 4 key areas: food security and sustainable agriculture, medical science and healthcare, clean energy and climate change, and government policy and economics. The faculty includes former Prime Minister Sir Tony Blair, who said the site will be an enormous boost to the growth of the UK's technology sector. Scientists want to use giant lasers to build roads on the moon. A study by German researchers say that melting lunar soil into a more solid substance using large lasers could help create roads and landing pads. The research team melted a fine-grade material called EAC-1A with a carbon dioxide laser to demonstrate the method. The findings are published in the journal Scientific Reports. And finally, is this the end of Bigfoot? 2 train passengers recently claimed to have captured images of an ape-like creature walking through the Rocky Mountains in Colorado, and they say they believe it was Bigfoot. They posted the pictures to social media, and as you'd expect, a large debate has since ensued. However, with modern smartphone footage improving so much, even when taken from very far away, the picture quality can be quite clear. Even old images of alleged sightings of the mythical creature are now able to be analysed and enhanced with software, which has ruled out a large number of these incidents as hoaxes. You're up to date. Come back at 4 p.m. for the Leader podcast from the Evening Standard. We'll be back on Monday at 1 p.m. See you then.